Okay, boys, so just a quick one on why it's probably not a bad idea to have a number of different test lights and with different properties, right? So these two are very, very similar, so I'm going to actually just put this one aside. I've got an extremely high, although the lamp is quite small, it actually draws a lot of current. What it is, I don't recall, so I can't quote it for you at the moment how much current it is. Made in Toronto, no less. Chumping. I don't think they made much in Toronto these days, I can tell you. But this is good for actually effectively load testing something, right? This is LED, is dual LED. So, let me show you. Standard clip on the ground. As you can see, it's red. And then, of course, if you go to battery positive, you can check for a ground, and it gives you a green LED. My hand's over it. Nice. And you can see the green, right? So it's really handy if you're actually swapping between the two. Sometimes it's handy, of course. And this is actually marketed as a computer safe because it's just a tiny wee LED. It draws minimal amount of current, but it's very handy. For what it's built for. Make sure you use the right test light for the application. If this was the only test light I bought, and it's possible, maybe somebody, this appealed to them that it's computer safe and they thought, well, no damage anything with this. And you go checking your circuit, right? And you think, oh, okay, so we're good. We've got power there, and you swap it, you've got the ground, and you think, okay, you're going through your circuit. But here's the catch-22 with this. Look at the response time on the LED. It's pretty much instantaneous, right? So it tells you, okay, we're good, right? We must have our 12 volts, 12 volt battery. You know, this is simulating an automotive application, of course. You think, okay, perfect, we're good. Move on. Not so much. Let's go to the old school incandescent, and again, this has got quite a current draw, in spite of the fact that it's a small lamp. So this, of course, you can do both. I mean, you're not going to get the fancy green or red light, boys, but you can see, you can swap it, and you can check for both power and grounds depending on where your ground clip is actually clipped. Nothing new there, right? Okay, so standard configuration of ground clip is on the ground, and I check my circuit here. Think, okay, we're good, right? Battery's good, circuit's good. I've got my 12 volts. Is it? No so sure. Look at the response time on the lamp here. That is to say, when the filament first ignites, that's not the right word, illuminates, very, very low intensity. But then by the time it comes to full brilliance, look at the time. That's a pretty slow response rate, right? Now, why would that be? So, in this case, because we have no circuit other than the lamp itself, it must be low voltage, right? And I'll prove that to you momentarily. I'll show you on the voltmeter. This battery is severely depleted. But if you have only this type of test lamp or test probe, right, you may have overlooked it. You may overlook a high resistance. You may overlook low voltage. So let's be honest, we've all overlooked the basics. You know, you go troubleshooting thing, next thing you're hours into it, and you think, shit, I never actually checked the battery voltage, right? So keep an eye on the response time of your test lamp, because it might be trying to tell you something. So just to prove the point here, boys, let's check the voltage on the battery itself. 10.5 volts. Way below spec, of course, right? So let me see if I can actually load it up, and we'll check to see what it drops with just this lamp on it. As you can see, pretty severely depleted battery. So don't overlook little cues that might come your way. Initially you might not notice it, but you might notice it, right? You might not. Sometimes it's the subtleties in life that are trying to tell you something. That's it, boys. Cheers.